everyone. So super excited. This is actually my first time in Philly. I'm here from California, and I love it already. Love is my thing. I'm all about seeing the world through love-filled eyes. And sometimes, though, you do actually have to change how you see things and see if you can connect with your people. So imagine this. You're in LA, as I mentioned. I was born and raised there, and I was invited to this really swanky Hollywood party by a family friend who also happens to be in a band called the Black Eyed Peas. So her name's Fergie, and she invited me to come meet her. I hadn't seen her in a few years, and she was like, oh, you should come meet us. We're having this party up in the Hollywood Hills, and you should come. Don't worry, it's like not a big deal. Just like come chill. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I'm feeling like super special. I hadn't seen her in a few years. But she tells me like, don't overdress. It's like very chill. I'm like, all right, cool. So I chill, I have like a little black dress, black cocktail dress, no big deal. I get up to the party and there's a valet line. So note to self, valet line in Hollywood, that means this is nothing but chill. This is definitely not gonna be a chill party. So I'm in the car and I'm like, okay, we got this. Don't worry, it's totally fine. So I'm pulling up. Mind you, I'm also at that point in my 2008 like Honda that I had from like a friend from the weekend. Everyone else is like in a Lamborghini, in a Porsche. There's rented limos that are going by, and I was like, wow, this is really awkward, but cool. I'm gonna own it. My people, she's my people. Like, this is good. So we get up there, I drop off the car in valet, and sure enough, I walk in and I start seeing all these celebrities that you and I both know, that I think they know me in my head. I'm like, right, we are definitely not friends in real life, just on TV, got it. And so I walk in and I see this guy who is like the cutest, hottest specimen I've ever seen, and I swear to you, in real life, what I felt was like the skies parted and songs were playing, and I was like, oh my God. And then I'm like, oh, right, he's that guy from that TV show that I can't remember. Oh my goodness, why now? So I'm like staring at him, and he's staring at me, so I was like, oh, this is really great. So I'm walking, they give me a drink. It's like every Hollywood party you imagine. They like are flying in the drinks and the hors d'oeuvres, and I was like, oh, I feel like really sassy. So I come outside. I was like, this is so awesome. He's still staring at me. I'm staring at him. Probably would have helped if I looked in the ground, because next thing you know, I actually sunk into a pool. There was a pool shaped in the shape of a music note. Why wouldn't there be? This was a music party. I was like, right, okay. And I, of course, had to land in the one little space between the two huge gaps and plunk straight down. I'm like, oh, okay. And so I pop up, literally have never been more horrified in my life. And I immediately, I don't know what happened, I took over into RoboCop mode. I just like jumped myself out of the pool and I ran. I was like, okay, just go, don't look at anybody, just look down. If you don't see them, they don't see you. So I just ran. I see an open door, people are walking out with food. I was like, I've seen Bridget Jones' Diary. This is what I feel like right now. I'm in the bunny costume. I am gonna just find a kitchen. Yes, I am gonna go find my people because I am Latina. So I like straight up go in and I'm like, oh, con permiso. And so they're like looking at me and I'm drenched and I'm just dripping everywhere. And I was like, señora, por favor. I'm like, this is what happened. I explained everything. And I'm like, me tengo que secar. So she like looks at me and she's shaking her head. And everyone's like, oh, it's, is that some, like the guests have to be outside. Lo and behold, for Maria, real name, actually. And she says, she's like, no, esta es mi gente. This is my people. I was like, Maria, I love you, yes. So she's like, okay, here's what you need to do. Go in the Mr. and the Mrs.'s bathroom. This is only for the outside. Go in there. And I'm like, okay. She's like, I'll try to get you some stuff. So in I go, and I was like, Maria, can you dry my clothes? And she's like, yes. So I take off my clothes in some random person's house that I don't know and have never met. I give it all to her, bra, underwear, dress, the whole king caboodle. Maria brings in two kitchen towels for me in this room. And I was like, great, okay, this is a step. So I was like, okay, Maria, one more thing. Can you get a blow dryer? And she's like, ay, mija, but now you're really like pushing it. And I was like, I understand, but I really need this blow dryer. So she gets the blow dryer for me. I start blow drying my hair. I like find some soap. I start opening this random person's cabinet. And I'm literally being Indiana Jones of makeup, trying to figure out what I can do to like fix my face so it doesn't look like it's been drenched in water all of a sudden. So it takes me about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I'm in there, parties outside, everything's happening. People are now starting to knock on the door, and I'm like, oh my gosh. All of a sudden I hear this knock, and it's Maria. She's like, señorita, your clothes is ready. I'm like, oh my God. I throw on my clothes. I immediately like walk out, I shake off my hair, and I was like, okay, you got this. This is totally fine. I walk right outside, and of course, who do I see as soon as I walk out? The cute dude. And he's like, didn't I just see you fall into a pool? And I was like, no, what are you talking about? And he's like, no, I'm pretty sure you fell into the pool. And I was like, wouldn't my clothes be wet if I did? And he's like, yeah, I guess you're right. I was like, yeah, maybe, I don't know. They always say, like, you never know in Hollywood, you have a twin. And he's like, right, all right, well, do you want to get a drink? I was like, yeah, let's do it. So that night, I got saved by my people.